I'll be right back. I need to try to see if I own my glasses on. Did I do the same thing again? One second. Can't be far. You see what I'm doing? Okay, there's only two places to fucking check. It's not here. It has to be over there. Otherwise, where the fuck we go? But this is just sad, because you can't really find your glasses without your glasses. It's kind of a thing, you know? And that kind of sucks. But anyway, did we get a beep? Hey, they give us a notification. Look at that. Well, that fan's loud as fuck. Well, that fan's loud as fuck. How's it going? I gotta fix this fan situation. Well, I guess we're not gonna have my glasses today. Okay, let's see if we fixed it. I think we fixed it. Okay, let's see if we fixed it. That's better. I think we fixed it. So my air conditioner broke, so I have to chain a bunch of fans across the house until they get it fixed. Because they gave me a temporary air conditioner. And I have no idea where my glasses are. So me and my one half an eye is going to be interesting, but whatever. Hey, Argentina, what's up? Argentina's cool. I had a friend in Argentina once. I used to live in New York. It's a little flat, but it's a little funky. It's a little funky. Yeah, right there. It's a little bit off. That's better. How is the weather in Argentina right now? That's what I want to know. It's hot as balls where I am. Oh. I wish I knew where the hell my glasses went. But I really can't see. Wild Majestic Guitar. What's this? Oh, it's a mix. Okay, let's see what this is. Okay, let's go. What do we get out of this today? Come on, do something good. Alright, at least I'll let me warm up and I'll hurt myself. I don't have my fucking glasses. All I see is like yellow spikes. That for a warm-up, I guess. Not great, but... Oh my god, that's major shit. I don't want to do that. So the grease is fingeries. I don't know if you can see that. I don't know if you can see that. I've been using this stuff for like 30 years. Like literally, like 30 years. Like, I think I started using it like 97, 98. It couldn't be that far past that because maybe 2000, the latest. I don't remember exactly what year, but it's a long time ago. And I've been just using it ever since. But especially like when it's weather's like this, I my AC broke. If I didn't have it, I wouldn't be able to play. It makes it so that first of all, like it gets rid of the string talk, like when you like move your fingers around the strings, go quick, 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 gets rid of the squeaks, and then it keeps your calluses flat. But it also just makes you can slide across, and like because of the way I play, I'll jump a lot, and if I don't, like I'll do is rip my. I don't think so. It doesn't say what it's made of. But I think this just came up before silicone. I think it's some kind of oil. Okay, no, hold on. Light alkylate, distillate, butane and isopropane and propane. It's basically a bunch of flammable shit. It's extremely flammable and fatal if swallowed. So it just seems like it seems like I'm putting lighter fluid on my guitar, to be honest. That's what it seems like. It seems like it's just a bunch of fucking lighter fluid. But like I do so many like jumping, sliding things, and like if I don't have it, it sucks. Probably, you know, like I never thought of it. All I knew is that I was teaching for Sam Ash, and I think it was because I taught for 3 Sam Ashes in New York, and I think it was the one on Queens Boulevard. I had a tech there, and he like suggested it to me, and like the guy was like a fucking like ninja luthier, and he suggested it to me, and I've been using it ever since because he said, "Don't use the wax stuff. It's fine. I'll use this. You'll like it better." And also I used to play death metal and black metal, and like the black metal stuff we play is a lot of like crazy chords and shifting back and forth. You know, like even the easy songs, it's just like it's like doing that for fucking 3 hours, you know. Yeah, but like I don't know. To me, it's the best stuff you get. Unfortunately, you can't get it on Amazon. You can only get it from like other places. But. And like for me, it's like so annoying because like I'll go to slide to a note and then it feels like my callus gets stuck. Like I have to have it. I know some people they don't like it. They like to play with like the strings dry, but I don't even hit the strings that hard, but it's hard enough, you know. So that's just how I do it. Yeah, actually, I think it just evaporates by that time, though. I think, like, that's probably why they use the lighter fluid, because it doesn't last that long. Like, I've been 30 years, I've never got on fire from it, but I'm pretty sure if I put a lighter up to it, probably fucking burn the house down. Yeah. But yeah, I think it really attributed to the way I play, though, like, because, like, I started using it so long, like, when I was still training technique, that it made me think differently, So like I'll play lines like across on the same 2 strings up and down, and I'll jump across that. I probably wouldn't have started doing that if I didn't have that stuff. Yeah, I don't know, but I'm just assuming. What kind of music do you play? This is my warm-up track. It's cheesy, but I'm gonna do it because it's. I like it because it's cheesy, but it has like all the little thingies you can do to warm yourself up. It's the legatos, the fucking double buoys, fucking 3-note per string, 4-note per string, dee-dee-dee, da-da-doo, all the things, you know. Oh yeah, I know. Actually, the last show I ever saw was Yngwie Malmsteen at what the fuck was that? I saw Yngwie Malmsteen in New York. I've only seen him once, right before I left New York. Yeah, I got my own music. I have a bunch of my own stuff. I have like 40 tracks. Fucking my own shit. So like my stuff is like neoclassical, but if it was like a symphonic thing, I'll play. Yeah. I mean, I used to jam gent when I was in New York with other people, but like the stuff that I'm doing for myself right now is like this like symphonic shit because I'm a nerd and that's what I'm doing. But like the gent stuff it's I don't know, it's a little too easy and too. Yeah, symphonic black metal. Like this is the last one I did a play. This is why I just had eye surgery and well, I had my fucking eye patch on. I did this. Let me grab another beer, right back. That's kind of what I was going for, flying in a fucking dragon. On a flaming sword and shit, you know? I had the drum set right there too. of people think I sound like I do neoclassical. I always sound like invade, so I always use two guitars. There's always two guitars solo at the same time. Yeah. This isn't even that expensive. But it's pretty good. No, that's why I'm here. Talk shit and drink beer. Ask away. I only have one eye, so I don't know the typo. Don't worry about it. I literally come on here to fucking just like work out and talk shit. So the only reason I'm here. Yeah, it's VST. But actually, I'll explain in a second. Funny story about that. So I had eye surgery, and I did this. I got this guitar. This is a MIDI guitar, and it has a MIDI pickup on the bottom. So the choirs are actually this guitar. So I did. This is the first track I've done. Normally I do orchestra stuff on the piano. I did play the trumpet stuff. The fucking French horn or whatever the fuck is in the background on the keyboard. But the choir is all the guitar. And the choir's what is it called? Audio tech. What the fuck? Was it Nucleus? I think it's Nucleus. Yeah, it's a Nucleus. Oh shit! A final embrace, bro. Come upstairs. I didn't see you, bro. He's in the other stream. I have 2 streams running. So thank you, by the way. But if you look at the description, the link for the vertical stream is in the description. That's why I have 2 of them up. But without my glasses, I can't really see. I don't know if he's still there, but yeah. So I wound up playing the keyboard on that, yeah. But like this stuff, like when I do orchestral shit, like this is all this. Hey, there you go. What's up, bro? But I mean, I think in guitar, so when I try to like play piano, it's like I have to like do everything upside down. So getting that guitar was really, really good. So that was the first test run. And this is all Nucleus. I don't know what that is. Yeah. I was looking at that, but honestly, here's the crazy part. My main guitar, I used to only play 7 strings. And when I came down here, I was doing a studio project with somebody like 3 years ago, and I needed a tremolo bar. So I got this custom Halo. I knew the owner of the store. It was like a $2,000 guitar I got for $600. And then I said, okay, you know what, let me get this MIDI guitar. And I wasn't thinking much of it, but check this out. Like, I thought it was going to be a piece of shit, okay? But it actually, I have, my student lent me a fucking custom Fender Strat, a fucking Les Paul Studio. This is still my favorite guitar, but this guitar feels almost as good as that one. And I mean, for a MIDI guitar, it's insane. It's fucking ridiculous. Like, I never thought a MIDI guitar would be able to play like that. Like, you know, it's like this. It does everything. It's good. It's really good. Like, the jam sticks are fucking really underrated. Like, I would actually tell people, you know, if you're like thinking about this, they're like, it's one of the best guitars I've ever played. It's like nasty, right? Did I have the tone knob all the way up? I didn't have the tone knob all, but yeah, it's fucking nasty. It's just disgusting. You know, it's fucking pretty nasty. So I was impressed. I actually recorded some of the guitar parts, the rhythm guitar parts with that guitar also. I did the leads with that one. So yeah. But enough of... And this is, so I wanted to put this stuff out, but all the AI bullshit, and then getting paid like 10 cents for 1 billion streams, I'm like, fuck that. I'm dealing with it. So like everything's played live. It's not like nothing's programmed. Like I don't like, you know. Yeah, so that's basically that. That's like all my. You said if I had music of my own, so that's my music. I'm gonna fucking. Oh, yeah. So then I come on here and I drink beer and I play random styles of music for entertainment purposes. Kind of like a video game. Because what else are we going to do? Yeah. It's either that or spend a lot of money I don't want to at a fucking bar with people I don't want to hang out with. You know what I mean? So that's the gimmick. But what do you guys play? You play metal? Oh, if anybody finds jam tracks, they have to be no copyright. If you find a YouTube jam track, you can post it. Just post a description or whatever, and I'll play it. Well, I'll try to anyway. Did we just do this? We don't sound safe at this point. into that because it's going to keep repeating over and over again. This is going to get boring. As they're like 5 repetitions of the same thing, it's like too much. What's up, Papa? Yeah, what's up? What's up, buddy? Yeah. That's it. God, we're in fucking sad emotional land now. unfortunately have a wedgie. I have to stand up for a second. Oh, okay, there we go. No one has to see me pick my underwear out of my ass. That's so unprofessional. How long is this one going for? It's kind of, oh, there's only 3 minutes. I can do another 2.5 minutes of this shit. Keep doing the same fucking thing for the time that you can. Epic rock in E minor. Oh shit. This is kind of cheesy too, whatever. Like, I like it when it has at least 3 parts, you know? So if it's only like 2 parts, it's like, come on. That's so cheesy. It. Oh, come on, it's just. What's up? What's up, Misfits? How's the new guitar treating you, Misfits? You got the new guitar, you get the Geo and the fucking Pocket Master and the fucking amp, and he's fucking jamming. He's doing the thing. He's doing the thing. Probably haven't even got to like half those sounds yet, because like, I think there's like fucking 50 sounds in that thing. I don't know, there's a lot of fucking sounds in that thing. Okay. Oh, let's do this one. This is metal and makes me happy. Hold on, I gotta prepare. Let me blow my nose. This is. It's AI slop, but I like it. It makes me happy. You gotta finish picking my nose. I'll do it. Yeah, it's a fucking thing with the little amps that kind of suck. But you have headphones. And that's the cool thing about the Pocket Master. You can just plug headphones into that shit, and you can bring it anywhere, and it's a fucking battery pack. It'll sound awesome. That's why I think it's so cool. You know? So if you like just wanted to fucking jam with some cool sounds, you put the headphones on, don't bother nobody. Fucking, you can actually, I think you can even put music through it. It's like a really good, it's a good toy. It's like the best guitar toy ever made. Yeah. So, let's see. It seems like we're going into fucking AI land. I'm not drunk enough for the AI land. 13 days ago? Oh yeah, the Katana's a good amp. It's kind of a dark sounding amp, but it's a good amp for the money. And if you don't have like a pedal board thingy, if you can get away with playing, you'd be very happy. You know, I think it'll probably be a little more diverse than a Fender. But like I said, like the Fender amps were like I've thrown them at people. I've thrown them down the stairs, and they always work. You know, like I don't know about but again, like I used before I got into Line 6 like 30 years ago, I used a Boss FX7 and we beat the fuck out of that thing. So I think it should be fine. I think you'll be happy. You know? I throw in there. Yeah, as long as you don't throw it at anybody, you should be fine. Just don't be me. Did we do this? All these fucking emotional fucking jam tracks sound the same to me. I can't tell if I did it already or not, you know? Yeah, all these emotional jam tracks sound exactly the same to me. Oh, yeah, just a week. Yes, don't throw any amps around. I think the world would be a better place. Don't be me. I will say this. Everybody I threw an amp at really deserved it. Yes, I'm using a line 6 on the floor. So I don't know if you can see that. Oh, you probably can't see it. But I have a line 6 helix that's underneath the keyboard down there. Yeah. If you look up the line 6 helix, that's what I got. I only use 2 patches, really. I keep my shit simple. I've been using the same guitar distortion for 30 years. I use the line 6 Cali rectifier. And this is like a basic delay. And that's it. It's like really simple. Yeah, I don't believe in like using too much crazy shit. Cause like, you know, when I was coming up in 1997 to the early 2000s, it was a different scene, and it's kind of the same way, like in a way, because we didn't have mini faking guitars. But if you use too many effects, people say you're cheating. If you use a string wrap, people say you're cheating. Like, you know, like so I don't know how it's okay. So how I learned how to play. Like, okay, when I first learned how to play, it was like 1995, 96. Yeah, 95, 96. And like I looked at my karate teacher. Basically, we had this underground karate class. Like, it was like, you know, Mr. Miyagi's dojo. It was in his house. We had like 20 people. And I started playing on his acoustic guitar. I learned a couple of songs then. You know, the same way everybody else did. So like I learned, he taught me like what was it called? Wild Thing and House of the Rising Sun. I learned cowboy chords. And then I learned a couple, like, you know, they had like a little band there, and they asked me if I wanted to play guitar. So I was like, I didn't know how to play, so you'll learn. So I went and got a shitty fucking Ibanez for $100, and I learned, like, Metallica and Green Day and some bullshit songs. I just copied them. And then the bass player died in the car chase from the cops. And then, like, a week or two later, the drummer, he says to me, you want to go to music school with me? I'm like, I can't fucking play. I can't read. I don't know anything. I can barely play fucking whatever, you know? Well, you have 8 months before the audition. Why don't you figure it out? And I just went to the music store. I said, fuck it. And I went to the karate teacher. I said, what do you think? Because you can do this, you can do anything. So I went to the music store in Canarsie, and I fucking bought 3 books. And I just played through the 3 books every day for 8 hours a day. Like, so I just, like, got, like, 3 theory books. And I just went through every single exercise, literally 8 hours a day. And I treated it like it was karate. So my thing was, when I was a little kid, I wanted to like do like Beethoven with like guitar. So I just wanted to play like Beethoven stuff with like heavy metal sounds. Like I was like 8 years old or fucking 6 years old. That's all I knew, you know. And then I was like, oh yeah, I want to do that. So I'm like, let's try it. Why not? What else am I gonna do? So I didn't want to learn people's music. I wanted to learn how music worked so I could write the shit that was in my head. You know, the fucking the retard stuff. So I basically took, you know, the concept of like karate, how karate worked, and I just thought of it like technique and forms and like mechanics and how does this thing work, you know? So then like, because I figured if there's a saying, a master's an expert at basics, so I figured if I can get all the building blocks and understand why it does the thing, I can just play my stuff. and then I started writing songs, and that's how I started. That was it. You know, so it was and I got into the school with a partial scholarship too. You know, it was pretty crazy. But my family hated me. They hated my guts. They tried to ruin everything. So it was a rough ride to get like. It was just crazy stories. So I did everything by myself. It was really fucking ridiculous. But yeah, so that was what it was. And then I went to music school. I'm like, this doesn't make any fucking sense. So then, like, someone in my first semester, I'm like, you know, they're saying all these big words, all this stuff, but like, I don't think they're smarter than me, you know, and they're not going to work harder than me. So I got to figure something out. I have to like game the system because, like, you know, this doesn't make sense. So I just started like breaking things down into the smallest fragment, and then I tried to reduce everything to like, because I always say, if you can't explain like an 8-year-old to an 8-year-old, you probably don't know it, or you're hiding something. So I just like looking at everything as like, what's the building blocks, you know, and but like like minutia, like what is the best way to hold the guitar? What is the best way to pick the string? You know, like what's the most efficient thing I can do? And then from there, I started saying, okay, well, then like breaking things down, it's like rhythm and like melody, like how does it actually work? You know what I mean? So then I figured out, okay, well, you know, even if there's no drums, there's still a rhythm. So rhythm's more important. So what I started to do was get my my right hand and the drummers, and I would play drum rudiments with my right hand, and then I would follow one of my friends was a drummer there, so we would go and he would like do his drum rudiments into the lunch table, and I would just follow every single rudiment he was doing. You know, so I started doing that, and then left hand, all I did was like all the fucking basic modes and every permutation that there is. Like literally just like, you know, I remember I told you just learn E minor and G major, because like, that was one of my other theories, was like reduce everything to the simplest form, because like if you're fighting, you can't like think that much. So when you're improvising, you have to fucking have your technique so down that like if you're typing, you don't look at the keys, you know. So that was what I was thinking about when I was training the stuff. I mean, like for me, I want to play super fast. You don't have to play super fast to be good, but you want to be able to play 20% higher than your cap. Like you never want to be playing at 100%, if that makes sense. So if you just want to play like regular rock blues stuff, you only need to go about 20 BPM in your practice higher, because you don't want to be playing at your maximum. So you always want to train so you have a 20% headroom, right? So if I'm playing like these sweeps and stuff, I'm usually playing between 75 and 80% of my top speed. You know what I mean? Even though it's like my speed's pretty fast, like faster than most people. Like when I'm actually trying to play in front of people, I'll only play like 70%. This way you have like a cap. And then the other thing is like, you know, figuring out like what is the exact mechanical things, and that was what it really was. After I got the mechanics down, then I started saying, okay, well, how do I get this so I can like, you know, recall it on the fly? So then I started like humming all the permutations. The permutation when you flip something around. If you play a scale, like a permutation would be like, or. So then there's a whole like infinite amount of permutations. But then I decided, okay, you need triplets, you need thirds, you need 4, and 4, and then 5, 6, and 7 ascending, descending. After that, you don't need any other permutations. So that was how I looked at it. And then between that and then doing drum rudiments, it was there. But then I figured out, like, okay, no one, because this is before the internet was big, there was no consensus on picking technique. Like now, I just said this on TikTok. There's a guy, Trade Gowdy, he has a channel, and he's like really pushing this pick slanting, like all the fast players do, but like I did not do that, because to me, going down to like minimum effort, if I have to do this every time I want to sweep, then you wind up in a place where you have to escape from underneath the string, and that requires 2 extra movements. You know what I mean? So I sat down like a retard and analyzed every single fucking thing, you know, for like months at a time, figuring out what is the exact way. Like, so then I came up with the idea that your guitar should be treated like a violin, and that you should be bowing the strings and not picking them. Which is why when you see me move, sometimes I'll do that if my hand's sliding, but I'm never doing an angle thing with my pick in order to get away from the string or to cheat. Yeah, so like, so my point is, if you were practicing exercises like you have to like learn the scales, because everything is built on the fucking scales. and then you'll get your basic technique exercises. Don't do any chromatic exercises, because chromatic exercises are fucking useless unless you're playing jazz. It's complete bullshit. That's all these people you gotta do, like, all these like stupid exercises, but it's like Minamoto Musashi says, never train anything that's useless. If you're not planning on playing fucking jazz, don't put that in your fucking head. You know what I mean? Just play what you're actually gonna use. But my point is, like, whatever the Leonard Skinner solo is, you want to be able to do exercises 20% faster than whatever you want to learn. Because at that point, you know what I mean, you'll always feel comfortable. You know what I mean? If you want to play fucking Yngwie Malmsteen stuff, then figure out what his fastest solo is, and then think when you're training your fucking, you need at least 20% speed past that, where you're starting to fail. You know what I mean? Like, you're 20% on top of it, you can't play it perfectly, you're pushing it and you're starting to break apart. That 20% gap is what keeps you good, if that makes sense. So the same approach would work with any style of music, you know what I mean? That's what I'm trying to say. But in the first 3 months to a year, you really got to sit and program your technique, meaning not hitting the strings too hard, not doing anything funked up with your wrist, being able to sit with the guitar, not fucking don't have any effort holding it, and making sure that when you're picking, that you're not doing stuff like weird fucking shit, that it's just gonna ice pick, or like, like that kind of stuff is the most important thing for the first 3 to 6 months, because it's much easier to program from a clean slate than to reprogram somebody. Because I taught guitar for 10 fucking years, and like, when you get somebody who already has a habit, it's a lot harder to reprogram the habit than to fucking start from nothing. So, like, really sitting there and just like sitting in front of the TV and just going like this, and not paying attention to it, other than just a monitor that everything's even. And just sit there, watch TV, and just do this. You don't need the amp. And in fact, it's better not to use the amp when you're just doing this stuff. You know what I mean? Like shit like that, and you just do it over and over and over again. Whatever, but you get the idea. You can just sit there and zone out and just pick an exercise, anything you want to do. Even if it's just one string going. And just doing that until you get used to it, But making sure that you're not bending fucked up, you're not sitting fucked up, that your picking is like even. If you're really, that's my best advice, because it'll last you the rest of your life. Rather than just like, because if you just go straight to learning, and there's nothing wrong with learning your favorite songs of it, but you have to put in 5 to 10 minutes a day of technique. Like, always start, as a beginner phase, just like, learn one technique and make sure your technique is good, and then learn the song. I'm not saying wait to learn songs, but I'm saying every single day, program technique, 5 minutes, 10 minutes. Because, like motor memory is a finicky fucking thing. If that makes sense, and that's like the biggest downfall of so many people who start playing, because like they won't take the time in the beginning to really pay attention to the little things, and then they start learning songs, they start like having all kinds of bad habits, like they'll hold the guitar like this, and the wrist is like up this, and they start getting wrist pain, they fucking have problems pushing the notes in, they're picking like this, and they get used to that, and then later on you want to learn all this song, and it's not going to fucking work. You're going to hate your life. But as long as I'm around, you have questions and shit, I'll help you out. I'm going to grab another beer because it's too hot in here. And then I'll go to sleep after that. Like, unfortunately, though, I don't really like. You like Leonard Skinner. There's a book. It's called The Heavy Guitar Bible. And I would start. That's probably the best. You could probably find it on Amazon. It's called The Heavy Guitar Bible. because there's all kinds of scales and mode books and this and that, but the Heavy Guitar Bible will teach you, like, you know, pentatonic scale, basic theory and stuff, and it gives you exercises, and you can, like, jump around and get, like, stuff like that. That would be a good starting place, I think, if I was going to recommend any book for you, considering what you tell me you like. If I think of anything else, I'll let you know, but, like, oh yeah, and I keep saying it, but, like, people forget, like, when you first learn the scales, hum them. I cannot tell you how important that is. So when you, like, first learn your scales, just go, or at least do it in your head. Like, you can, like, you know, you talk to yourself in your head. At least in your head, you hear the note hum in your head. And, you know what I mean? So that, like, you get used to associating hitting a note. And then, like, so, like, that's how I'm able to do that. Like, I can, like, kind of, like, guesstimate. I hear, like, a guitar progression, and I kind of know what the next one's going to be because I've sung them in my head so many times. So it's easier for me to grab them. That's another little secret ninja trick there. That humming thing, really, they call it audiation or subvocalization is what the technical term is. Just fucking call it humming. You know, hum under your breath, the world will be a good place. Okay. Let's see. What is too late? I have to teach tomorrow, which is going to be fun. Vivaldi echoes of what? AI Middle Forge? What is this? This is like Vivaldi. It's not Vivaldi. What the fuck are you talking about? "12 hours ago, 80s hard rock." That's what this is. It makes me feel like I'm in the 80s, man. Oh, God. I know. I think I've reached the AI fucking slop limit today. What do you think, Appa? What do you think? No answer? Just gonna plop? He wants me to keep going. He's like the guitar fucking groundhog. Let's see if there's anything a little better. Last year we did this, there was so many like more interesting tracks. This kept me in this bubble right now, the same shit over and over again. Funk Fusion in C minor 5 hours ago. Oh boy. Let's see what this is. 111 BPM. Isn't that fantastic, right? Okay. The technique's the same. Like, everything in Western music is either this, well, I'll do it in A for you. Here's a minor scale. That's all there is. It's literally that. A pentatonic scale is that mixed with two notes missing. That's all there is in music. It's literally everything. So it's like you have your minor, you have your major, they're the same scale, and then you have your pentatonic, minor, major. That's it. There's nothing else. When you see a big scale like this, that's all this is. It's the same notes. It's all the same notes over and over again. Because, like, even two strings, it repeats. So, whether you're learning death metal and fucking neoclassical, the Eagles, you need to learn this little thing. You know? It's the same shit. That's how I'm able to go and make believe I can play all these styles of music, because it's all the same thing. You have a fucking chord, right? Here, like, there's your, like, chord, like your cowboy chords here, right? A minor. All that is oh, sorry, it's major. Minor. Sorry. It's like literally everything you need is in the scale. It's like you can't get away from it. Even if you're playing cowboy chords. Yeah, I mean, play what you like, and then you know it's the most important thing. But what I think is most important is that spend 5 to 10 minutes every day learning technique and not songs. And then after you work on your technique to warm up, it's like stretching, take your stretching time to do a technique, and then start practicing your songs. This way, every single day you're learning a little more music theory and like stuff. And that way, when you go into the songs, you start to see, oh, that's the scale. That's, you know, that's the chord that comes from the scale, and blah, 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 you know? And that's the fastest way to get good. Because otherwise, you know, you just, because let's be real, most people aren't autistic and like want to sit there and just like drill scales and learn music theory. You know what I mean? But the caveat is that if you only like try to learn songs, then you don't know why you're playing the thing you're playing, and then it's like always guessing, you know? But like, you start to like do a little bit of like theory and training, you get the hand strength, blah, 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 and you start learning like every day you learn a little theory, and then you play a song. After a while, you start to see, oh, that's the thing in the song. And then, like, the next song you learn, it's not just, like, guessing. Like, you actually know, oh, it has to do this thing, you know? I would tell you learn Wild Thing and House of the Rising Sun. Those should be the first two songs you should learn with cowboy chords. If you learn those two songs, like it'll prep you for everything you want to learn because they're pretty. You'll get all the basic chords and the cowboy chords. Wild Thing is the easiest one. Do the open strings. Open chords. Right? And it has that House of the Rising Sun thing. I don't remember how it goes. Something like that. If you can, I'm just trying to remember the chords. I haven't played that shit in 30 years. But those two songs, if you learn that as a beginner, you'll get all the basic cowboy chords and it won't be boring. And they're pretty easy. I mean, you can make it really fancy and sort of finger picking it and shit, but just get the framing of the chords first is the most important thing. I know. Yeah, it's cool. But if you spend 5 to 10 minutes every single day practicing a scale and learning a little bit of theory, and then you go and you try to learn a song here and there, 3 to 6 months you'll be good. You'll actually be a lot better than you realize. I mean, it's and the cool thing about guitar is the best instrument that you don't have to play well to be good. If you gotta go to a party, no one wants to hear the crazy shit that I play. I play fucking nerd music. You know what I mean? You fucking go to a party and you play fucking a Wild Thing or a House of or something with some basic open chords. I don't know that many because I don't remember. People are wow, you play guitar, and it'd be so. All you have to do is play it in time. If you can play without going, once you get the grip, people are impressed, and you can just make shit up, because people are drunk, they don't know. You know what I'm saying? You got a fucking grandpa guitar, you're sitting at a barbecue and you're just doing that and you're doing it in time. Everyone's like, wow, you know how to play guitar? Oh, wow. I like how I had a whole bunch of likes and they all got removed. YouTube does that. All my streams too. It's really bizarre. On TikTok, my view counters go backwards. But I'll end the stream and it has a certain amount of likes, and then I'll open the next day and it has 0, and now it just roll backwards in front of me. I wonder if I refresh it. It's so funny. Huh. So I'm sure all the people that left and went to sleep came back without the view counter going up and deleted the likes. Fucking weirdos. Yeah, do hit the like button if you haven't hit it already, because you came last. I want to see what happens. Because that's fucking weird. I mean, I really don't give a shit, to be honest, but it's just 10 years of this fucking stupidity of them fucking with my channels everywhere. It's just it's this bizarre that they have this much of a hard-on for me. another thing, if you learn the basic scales, you can figure out a whole bunch of songs. Like, let's say, you see what I'm saying? Like, you just have to like figure out songs. All there's the same little. You know what I mean? You just like figure it out. Because everything has to be in those fucking scales. If it's not in those scales, it doesn't work. That's the fucking, the secret shit. Oh, all of a sudden I have 5 likes and there's only 3 people here. How'd that happen? It literally just went from 0 to 5 instantly. It went, but it fucking like 10, and then it goes to 0, and then it goes to 5. What is that? You guys are seeing this, right? I hope you guys saw that. And now it's at 0 again. It just went from 5 to 0. I don't know if you guys are seeing the like button, but that's just fucking hilarious. Fucking YouTube. Whatever. See, now it's back at 5. What is going on? Are you guys seeing what I'm talking about? With the like numbers keep going up and down? Yeah, it went from 5 to 0. I have it on I have it on the phone because I can't always see, so I go like this to see what the chat. See, now it's at 0 again. Look, you see what I'm saying? It's at 0 again. Where? Look. It literally just said 5, and now it's at 0. Look at it now. Tell me if you see it. Is it still 5? Like you saw it. I just showed you guys. And it literally just, I'm telling you, I would, like, ever since I've been shadow banned, I will go on like every site, same thing. TikTok, I'll open the video, I post on TikTok, and the view counters will roll back literally in front of my face. And it's not just a skip, it rolls back like it's a fucking counter. It's a most bizarre thing. See, now it's at 5 again. See? It's going up and down over and over again. I mean, it just makes me feel important that they spent like so many years and so much money and so much effort and so many people's time to fuck with me, and they think it's gonna hurt my feelings. I'm just like, like, you think I'm that important to you guys? Thank you. See, it's at 0 again. Look. It's literally. It's so bizarre. Alright. They don't want me around. I see how it is. I gotta get ready to teach tomorrow anyway. But I'm glad that I was able to show you guys I'm not fucking talking shit. Because I've been talking about this harassment I've been dealing with for fucking so long. And at first people were like, oh, you know, I'm like, come on, guys. I'm just too sexy for my shirt, and they can't handle me. No, what it really is that they're scared. You know? They're just scared of me, and it's okay. It's okay. It's my purpose in life. Piss off the evildoers. Right, Appa? Exactly. You know what's up. Yeah, but like, hopefully you guys can see that. See what I mean? Oops. Yeah, okay, you did see it. Yeah, okay. How fucking weird is that? And the fact that there's only one time I had a stream here. I had 200 something people. And I said that, and then ever again, never gets more than 10 people ever. Yeah? But people would rather watch fat people, like, vomiting. I literally saw, like, a fat guy that was, like, eating food and vomiting that had fucking over 1,000 viewers. But I mean, at the same time, I'm kind of glad because most people on the internet are fucking annoying as fuck, and I'd rather not have to deal with them. Alright, I think I'm gonna call it a night. I gotta go teach tomorrow. But at least you guys witnessed that, you know, I'm not just talking shit. Like, they're fucking with me for a long time already. Every video I have on my channels of fucking people robbing me and all kinds of crazy shit. But I keep showing up just to piss them off. Let them put their effort in to fuck with me. You know? Me and my cat take over the world. The day before 2020 election, they wiped out my fucking Facebook, permanently banned 500 of my fucking fans, all at the same day. Oh, and there it is. Here we go again. 5. Here we go again. See? Get the fuck out of here. And like every single morning, I'll check the stream the night before, and I'll look at it, and it doesn't matter how many likes I'll have like 5, 20, I'll open the video and it has 0, and then I'll hit the like button, and then it rolls up to like, it jumps up to a normal number. It's the weirdest fucking thing. But anyway, I'm gonna go eat some fucking donated pizza and get ready for my Kung Fu lesson tomorrow. You guys have a good night. Misfit, good luck with your training and your Kung Fu guitar stuff and whoever else is lurking. May the force be with you. And there's back at 0 again. I'm done. Have a good night, guys. Peace out.